Hello guys, so yeah, what I decided to do is charge the car up and drive it from 100% to zero. Well, not really zero, but in this case I got to 1%. So let's find out how much miles I was actually able to get to. So the battery is now fully charged to 100%. And if we look at the stats, everything so far is back to zero. So since charge, it's no miles driven yet, of course. So yeah, let's see what happens. Now, before we move off, if you see the predicted range right now is 180 miles if I leave the temperature at what it is at the moment. But if I turn the temperature or the climate control off, then you'd see that that changes to 266 miles. Now, this is how much that climate eats into your range. But are we actually going to get 188 miles? Let's wait and find out. So yeah, I turn it back on and then we go back to 180. Notice that when I turn the temperature down to 16, the range actually goes to 207. Now this is how much your temperature matters. So if you want to save more range, then don't put your temperature too high. Just put it enough to keep warm and that should be fine. So I'll leave it on 22 for the purpose of this test and then we'll see. So I'll put in 22 and then it'll be back to 180. So now it's back to 182. So that's fine. So let's get on with it. So now I've used 25% of my battery and 75% left. And then predicted range now is 155 miles from 182 miles that I had when I started. So with that 25% of battery, I managed to get 31 miles, and this is with an average of 2.2 miles per kilowatt hour. But then in summer, when I'm not using the climate control, I often get between 3.5 and 4.5 miles per kilowatt hour. So guys, 25% and I've only driven 31 miles. So if I calculate that instead of what the car is predicting, this means that I would be getting about 124 miles because I times that by 4, then that would be 124 miles because 25% each, right? So that to me would seem more accurate because this is more or less the same way I'll be driving, or my learners will be driving through the whole 100%. So we'll compare that. Car predicts 182 miles, but we've done 25% and only driven 31 miles. So it would make more sense to times that by 4 to have a more accurate result. So this was the next day and I've done 14 hours and 4 minutes altogether now. So at this point I've driven 96 miles, and with the 96 miles I actually had 24% of battery left. So if we work it out now, the first day we had 25% of battery used and that was 31 miles, and today we have 51% of battery used, so obviously 75, and now it's 24 left, so just about 20 years, so 51%, and this time around we have 96. If you subtract that, we have 65 miles driven in that 51. So again, if you divide that by 2, we're still averaging about 32 and a half per 25%. So with 24% of battery left, the car is predicting 62 miles of range, but we know that's not accurate and we'll probably be expecting about 29 miles from this remaining battery. So if we add that together, we'll probably be getting about 125. So 96% of battery left and we've managed to get 120 miles. So with 4% left, I made my way to the charger, and then the charger I'm using in this case was the MFG charger, which is the EV Power 150 kilowatt. So by the time I drove there, this was about 3 miles away from where I did the first screenshot at 4%, and getting there it was 2%. So at this point the car was predicting 4 miles of range left, but I know that this would probably be another 2 miles. So let's just say we got 125 miles from 100% charge. So fully charged, 125 miles with climate control on temperature set to 22 degrees through the whole of the test. So I waited for about another 25 minutes before I actually got a space to charge, and at that point my battery was at 1%. And sometimes the wait can be as long as an hour. I mean, I've waited 40 minutes before, and while I was waiting, 3 other cars came through, which means they would be waiting even longer than I did. So yeah, that was the story. So at the end of the charge though, I charged up to 20%, and here is how much it cost me for that 20% with MFG. So that's the end of the video, guys, and I hope that you find this useful and this helps you make your decision if you're buying an electric car, or maybe even if you're considering buying a VW ID3 or ID4 or ID5. So yeah, thanks for watching, and don't forget, please click the like button, comment below, and if you got any suggestions or anything at all, leave a comment below, and I would really appreciate a subscription. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well, and that would be really great. So see you in the next video. Take care.